Hello, Child Care Profit Strategy community. Long time no see. It's me, Shanita, the Child Care CPA Jones, and I missed you. Did you miss me? I hope you missed me like I missed you. So, I've been away and I've been really quiet and busy because we've been really focusing on making a whole lot of impact. Today I'm here because I have something to say. So I want to make sure you all see this. Um, So I'm going to go ahead and tag everybody because I have some exciting news. So about 3 years ago, the year was May 2020. 2020. It was May 2020. We were at the height of the pandemic. I didn't know what was going to happen with my business. Child care centers have been our specialty for almost a decade now. So all of our clients were in the childcare industry. Childcare were closing. I remember my first client in the state of Kentucky called me and she said, "We're not going to be able to stay open. We're going to have to cancel service." Then other clients, some of them had been in business 27 years, one lady, and because she didn't have the right documents in place, she couldn't get access to the funding that she needed. As a result, after 27 years in business, 27 years even having a bank account with the same bank, they let this lady go out of business. And when she went down, her family suffered, her employees suffered, and it was really a hard thing. So while y'all saw me out here helping people get PPPs, helping people get idols, while y'all saw me helping people get other grants and watching people get grants and be able to expand their childcare businesses and getting loans, while you saw all this was going on, I'm gonna tell you what was going on with me because the storm is over now, praise God. So, but what was going on with me was I wasn't too much more certain than any of you. And it came up in my news feed the other day that it was the 3-year anniversary of when I was promoting my very first webinar. Since I did my very first online training, I have gone on to help hundreds of other accountants be able to help their business owner clients with their businesses. And I decided that in memory and celebration of where I am today, where you are today versus 3 years ago, I'm doing another training. Now, the first time I did it, I sold that training because it was in the height of the pandemic and I had to find a way to make some money, right? And I wanted to be able to help people as well. So it wasn't high ticket, but I sold the training and it was able to help some people. And I was thinking I wanted to do it, but I wasn't sure if I was going to do it. And then I was talking to a sweet client of mine. I won't say her name. I don't know if I had permission to share her business. So I'm not going to say her name, but I'm sure she's going to see this and she's going to say who she is. But I went over and I said, "Your business is doing great. Look, this is what we budgeted for, and this is how you did. And look, you did so much better than this year." And I'm really excited about her business. And she looked down and she said, "I got to do better." And I said, "No, this is a good thing. You made more money. You didn't spend more than you bargained for." And she said, "I got to do better." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" "Hey, Shatika, thank you for joining in." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "I don't want my success to be an accident." And when she said that, it shook me to my core. And I didn't understand what she meant, but she told me later what it meant. And what she meant by she didn't want my success to be an accident, she meant she didn't understand how she was doing what she was doing. And because that happened to her, I realized this is probably happening to other business owners. And I don't want this to happen to other business owners because if we don't understand what's going on with our business and with our finances, God forbid we experience another, we're just going to say situation or what happened. We're not going to speak on it. But if we experience another bad situation like that, we may not be in position to weather the storm. So that's why on May 16th is exactly 3 years from the date that I first did it. I'm having a training and it is free this time. And it's called Healthy Daycare Financials. I want you to come. If you don't understand your numbers in your business and you know that you're doing well, but you're not quite sure why you're doing well, you just know that you're doing well, or you just know you got money in the bank, but you're not sure if it's profit, spend it, should it be for payroll, should you be able to take it out? If every time you go to take a draw out of your business, if your business is one where it's appropriate for you to take a draw, you nervous? If you scared, am I gonna have to pay tax on this? Maybe you know that it's time for you to expand and it's time for you to grow and enlarge your territory. And the only thing standing between you and your destiny is a bank with a bunch of requirements that you don't even begin to understand, let alone fulfill. Come to the training. It's free, and Imma tell you the truth, at the end of the training, we are opening our books. One of our bigger clients sold, that's what freed up our time. Congratulations, and they have retired, so we are opening the books. We do have room for 5 more clients. We have room for 5 more clients, and at the end, we're gonna tell you what that looks like to work with us. We're gonna tell you who we are good for, and we're gonna tell you what types of clients are good for us because we do understand that everybody is not a good fit. However, everybody who has a business and who has a childcare business should be on this training. So there's a registration link in the comments. I want you to go ahead and register. I want you to invite your friends to register because on May 16th, 2023, I'm going to make sure you understand in plain English all of the ins and outs of what your financials are. And if you thinking it's gonna be a boring training by a CPA talking about CPA stuff I don't understand, you probably have never been on one of my trainings because I am not your typical CPA. 3 years ago, when the pandemic hit and I was getting a phone call, we lost 7 clients in 7 weeks. 7 of our family members or friends died in those same 7 weeks. My whole world was falling apart. But the childcare community was going through just as much, if not more than me, but they still got up every day, they still rose, and they still supported the communities they serve. And honestly, I drew strength. I drew strength from you as much as you might have thought I was holding you up and, hey, this grant's coming out, that grant's coming out. But sadly, a lot of people didn't make it. And I'm not talking about not make it as in they passed away. I mean, a lot of businesses did not make it. They failed. And they failed even after they got all of the grant money because they got the money and didn't understand what to do with it. They got the money and a lot of people got into huge tax situations because they didn't understand the repercussions of what's going to happen if I get this PPP and I don't pay all the PPP on payroll? Or what's going to happen if I get ERC and I've already filed my tax return? And then you had a lot of people that did not take advantage of things they were entitled to because they didn't have the knowledge to understand. So they just missed out. Some of the stuff is still available and there's still time, but there were a lot of opportunities that people just weren't able to take advantage of because they didn't know, because of ignorance. Not ignorance in the disrespectful sense, but ignorance in the pure sense. They didn't do better because they didn't know better. And I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want you to feel what I felt when I had no idea what was going to happen and what was going on. Okay? So, if you know you want to get a better handle on your finances, maybe you even have an accountant, maybe you have a bookkeeper, but you still don't understand. They give you reports every month or they don't give you reports every month. Either way, it wouldn't be a make another mind to you because you don't understand what they mean. Maybe you are embarrassed and you feel that if you're working with an accountant or you running a business, that these are things that you should know, and you can't be seen fixing your face to ask for help. That stops today because I'm going to make sure you understand before you leave how to determine if your business is healthy. And if you qualify, we'll invite you for a discussion to learn what it is to work with us as your accountants. Worst case scenario, it's not a good fit. No loss, no love lost. If you're not a client now, we didn't lose nothing. All you did was gain the opportunity to get knowledge about how to better serve yourself, your community, your staff, your family, and get a stronger handle on the finances in your business. So register for the training, bring your friends, send a link to your girlfriends, to your accountability groups, to all everybody that you talk to in the childcare industry. I'm so excited to put this training on, and I'm so humbled and grateful to be putting it on from a place today that is so very different than the place I was in when I first recorded it, which was during the height of the pandemic, when the whole universe first shut down. So that's me, Shanita Jones, CPA. I hope I see you on May 16th. Make sure to my central time zone people. We have a lot of people in Texas and in Indiana on central time. Make sure you know that it's 10 a.m. my time. So that would be 9 a.m. your time. And to my people on the West Coast, my Californians and my Washington states, I do understand that 7 a.m. your time, there will be a recording available, I don't know, for 72 hours afterwards. So I look forward to seeing you then. I'm going to do the same exact training we use to help people in the height of the pandemic. I think is needed from what I'm seeing happening out here today. See you.